aging is not doesn't mean decline. It means refinement.
Mm,
And vitality is not about, trying to look younger. It's about feeling stronger. It's about
mhm.
thinking clearer. It's
Yes.
about being more connected as you grow.
All right. Hey, loves, welcome to another episode of the Thrive Like a Mother podcast. And I'm really excited to have our guest on with us today, Keshila. I love to just jump right in, honestly, with starting exactly where someone is right now. And so I'd love for you to just share with our listeners about your current season of life and just what vitality looks like for you at 54 years old.
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Vitality, that's a beautiful word. It looks so much different than it did in my 30s, of course. I'm 54. So, I mean, in the best way. So, I ran track many years ago. I've been an
Hmm.
athlete. I trained many athletes. So I just
Hmm.
continue that and continued that as part of my lifestyle. So
Yeah.
my season now at 54 is just continuing that lifestyle so I can have longevity.
Hmm.
And so this season is about alignment with all things positive, positive energy only,
Yes.
not exhaustion. So, I measure my vitality based on how clear my mind feels, how well my
Hmm.
body recovers, and how
Mm.
connected I am with myself. So
Mm.
very spiritual in this my age 54 in these years.
Yes.
It's waking up with energy and not crashes, honoring rest without guilt because I used to be
Yes.
guilty to rest,
Yeah.
and nourishing my body very intentionally, and
Hmm.
moving with purpose instead of lots of pressure. So
Yes.
vitality
I
is
love
now,
that.
like, for me, wisdom in action.
Mm.
My body needs, and actually listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not ignoring the signs that your body is giving you. I love that. Oh gosh. Okay. So I love that we're having an episode today because honestly, I am excited that, even just what you're sharing now, it challenges a lot of the narratives that a lot of us have just kind of been handed down from previous generations, just about what aging looks like, what your energy should look like, and what it actually does mean to feel good in your body. And so, y'all, I want to formally introduce our guest today.
Yes.
Keshila Jones is on with us today, and she is a holistic coach. She's a plant based wellness educator and the founder of a herbal supplement company rooted seriously in helping people live lives of vitality, which is why I asked you that question. And of course, really living it through intentional lifestyle choices. And so at 54 years old, Keisha, she works out 5 days a week, y'all. 5 days a week. And she is following a plant-based lifestyle and is deeply committed and rooted to educating her community on what it means to not only live a holistic wellness lifestyle, but live it sustainably, which y'all know I'm all about sustainability on the podcast and in our community. And so it's not about trends, it's not about the quick fixes, but it's about really instilling the practices that you can start putting into your life to live day after day. And so, this conversation, y'all get ready. We're talking about what it looks like to create that new lifestyle with intention, not just jumping in and trying things out, and how to honestly, she's going to teach us how to take a holistic approach to your health. And that goes through making small daily choices that can really just shift just how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything, right? And so if you are sitting there right now, either you're watching or listening in your earbuds and you're thinking, oh, it's too late for me to make a change, or you're in a season where you are just craving more of that grounded approach, this episode is for you. Keisha is going to guide us through this episode, and y'all are going to walk away with things that you can start implementing right now. So I'm just excited to have you here. So, formally welcome to the podcast. I want to jump in because you run an herbal supplement company and also you're living a plant-based lifestyle, but I'm guessing that this wasn't something even like you mentioned like in your 30s this wasn't something that happened overnight for you. Can you share with us just like what started to lead you down that path of holistic wellness?
That's a great question. Like I said, I was an athlete. So I was
Mhm.
also paying attention and focused on health and wellness, coached many
Mhm.
athletes. So it was always part of my lifestyle. The gym has always been, part of my lifestyle. But
Yeah.
learning about herbs was not. So that kind of
Mm.
came from my father. He had high blood pressure and he had it since 17 years
Mm.
old. And
Mhm.
they put him on medication.
Mm.
And in my adult life, I started seeing, just how much medication he was on. And I'm like, there has
Mm.
to be a better way because at 17 years old, your frontal lobe is not even fully
Yeah.
developed. Your body isn't even fully developed. So why are we giving a 17-year-old
Yeah.
medication? And then, so,
Mhm.
he's taken it for so long, he felt like his body couldn't live without it. So I'm like, there
Mm.
has to be a better way. So I started looking
Yes.
into different herbal, other ways in which we can heal our bodies naturally because, there's a plant for every ailment.
Yes.
Plants were put on this earth for healing purposes based on our
Mhm.
ancestors. Indigenously, we've been healing ourselves with herbs for many, many years. And that's
Yes.
either passed down through generations, or you're
Mhm.
breaking that generational curse and learning about how you can do that and help your family. So I'm the friend that I did research, I worked with herbalists, I became a
Mhm.
herbalist, I
Mm.
with acupuncturists, I dabble in like Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
It's just all different types of herbs. So just the passion for learning about it.
Mm.
And I
Yes.
also, was looking at symptoms of, maybe fatigue, some inflammation and stress, and seeing how can I solve this in a
Yes.
natural way? Because,
Yes.
lots of different medications give you side effects and things. And like my father
Mhm.
feels like he can't stop taking the medication. I didn't want to put myself in that situation
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
break, generational trauma and fix that cycle so that we can start learning and passing on that education to my friends, to my family, and now ultimately the whole entire community. So, just like part of life, like people think that fatigue and inflammation and stress is just normal. You're supposed to be living with it
Yeah.
and not
Oof.
looking at like,
Mhm.
your body is actually communicating with you when you
Yes.
have certain things wrong with you. Like if your body's fatigued, your body is communicating something to
Mhm.
you. Like either you
Yes.
need more rest, you need to pay attention to
Mhm.
that, or there's something you're consuming or not consuming, you're lacking or you're deficient in.
Mhm.
So just learning about herbs and plant-based healing, opened my eyes to the idea that you can heal properly, right?
Mhm.
What the body wants to heal, because the body was designed to heal itself, but you have to put it in
Yes.
that state, right? So once I experienced that shift, myself, I had to share it with others. So,
Yes.
I'm that friend that everyone calls, like, Keshila, I have
Yes.
this wrong with me. What herb should I take?
Yes.
So, my wellness journey became, responsibility, not just a
Mhm.
personal choice anymore.
Yeah. That is so powerful. I know even these are conversations that we need to have within our community, right? But
Mhm.
personally, I've been dealing with kind of a light bulb for me going to get my just yearly blood work, yearly exams, and finding out that my cholesterol levels and my blood pressure was not where I thought it was. I was like, "Oh, I feel fine. I'm
Mhm.
okay." And now, people, my listeners, they know a little bit of my story, but I have dealt with gaining blood pressure normally when I've had a pregnancy. Except this time, I had my youngest baby 2 years ago, and now I have not regulated again. And what has happened to me in the past is doctors have prescribed, they say, "Stay on this until it's regulated." But here's the thing, Keisha, I threw the medicine out, but I did not go and find other options. I just thought, "Okay, my body just needs to regulate on its own." I think a lot of us, we we want to feel better, but we don't know where to start. And so you just sharing that just highlights the power of, yes, you don't want to lean on those medications, but you still have to put effort into learning and still listening to your body. Even if it's you don't feel it, but still going to just get some results and, pay attention to some of those numbers. Those are important. Those are still telling you something. And so let's move into talking about creating that new lifestyle for that person that's like, I want to make some changes, but I don't know where to start. I don't want to just start another diet. I don't want something that's short term, a little 3-week thing. What does sustainability mean to you when it comes to your health and just when you're teaching others too, to others' health?
Okay, so, sustainability means, like you said, it's not this 30-month 4-week challenge. It's not
Yeah.
a 90-day challenge. Now you can
Hmm.
start with a
Yeah.
30-day challenge and build from there,
Hmm.
because sustainability means, whatever you're doing with your health should be livable. It
Mm.
can be gentle. It may not feel gentle at the beginning,
Yeah.
but also, supportive and not restrictive or punishing. Because
Hmm.
when you're creating a lifestyle, you have to really take it one day at a time. It's not about
Yeah.
perfection. It's not about going cold turkey. It's just
Hmm.
about consistency. So,
Yes.
real wellness, it fits into real life, right? No stress, no
Hmm.
guilt, burnout. Because if you try other things, it's not going to be sustainable. So, what I always tell
Yes.
people is to start with one day at a time and build from there.
Mm.
So, if you're starting
Mm.
something new, just do it one day a week. Do
Yeah.
that for a couple of weeks or a few weeks, and then add another day, and then add another day, because that way you're gonna start creating routines, and
Hmm.
routines start to create a lifestyle, right?
Yes. Exactly.
So it's something that you can maintain through the various seasons of your life, through pregnancy, through menopause,
Hmm.
through caregiving, entrepreneurship, without
Yes.
abandoning yourself in the process.
Yes. Exactly. Oh, goodness. And are there, I know you shared some in the beginning, but are there any simple daily habits that you can share with our listeners that they can pick up um and start with like just that one day per week? Just try this out and then continue to add on. Is there like maybe one or two things that you think, we all should have instilled in our life daily?
Okay, so I would think to, or I would say to insert some sustainability, re-examine your
Mhm.
lifestyle choices.
Mm.
So, are you eating a ton of sugar? Are you eating a
Mhm.
ton of carbs? So, start with food. Eliminate one
Yeah.
thing. Start eliminating one thing. So, if you eat a
Yeah.
ton of sugar, one of those things that you eat, eliminate it. And again,
Yes.
start with one day a week,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
If Examine, okay, how much movement? Are you not moving at all? Start walking. Okay,
Yeah.
that number is 10,000 steps. If
Mhm.
you can scale it down, start with 2,000 steps a day.
Mhm.
Do that one day a week and build from
Yeah.
there until you get to that 10,000 steps. So
Yes.
just re-examining your various lifestyle style choices. Also, like if you have a high stress environment,
Yeah.
start with 5 minutes a day. Go in the bathroom if you need to. Someplace
Yes.
quiet, some
Yes.
quiet where you can sit, listen to some I like, binaural beats or solfeggio
Ooh.
frequencies. Not
Oh,
sure
I
if your
love
listeners
that.
have heard of those before, but
Mhm.
there are various frequencies that your vagus nerve system responds to, and,
Ooh.
that's related to stress relief. So
Yes.
it lowers your affect level and you can relax. So there's different binaural beats and solfeggio frequencies based on what your needs are. So there's like a sleep
Yes.
binaural beat. There's attention, there is
Mm.
focus, there's relaxation, all these different things that you can look up in Spotify, you can look up in Apple
Yeah.
Music, you can look them up on YouTube,
Mhm.
and you could just play it for that
Yes.
5 minutes and then build from there. And that can go into a meditation that you do for 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Also implementing affirmations daily.
Mhm.
Think of something
Yes.
that you want, like, "I'm gonna be peaceful." You can if it's just, "I'm gonna be peaceful for 5 minutes of the day." You can
Mhm.
say that, at the beginning of the day or just while you're in there for that 5 minutes. Wherever that quiet space is to help lower your stress level, that's gonna highly impact, your life. You not think
Yes.
about these little things, but they're gonna
Yeah.
make a big app
They add
impact
up.
in your life.
Mhm. Oh, for sure. For sure. And so I know, Keisha, when we talk about holistic, we are not just talking about food. I think a lot of people, they think that. They're just like, "Oh, well, holistic, I have to think of how I'm eating." Can you break down what a holistic approach realistically looks like just in your everyday life? How you approach it?
So holistic means addressing the whole self, the whole woman,
Mhm,
and like you said, yes, food matters, but so does sleep, so does stress, so does
mhm.
emotions, so does boundaries, movement, and mindset. I know boundaries are a
Yeah.
really hard thing for us women to say no because we want to just do it all. We're so used to doing it all. Also, asking yourself, as you're drinking that water, am I hydrated? Am I resting? Am
Yes.
I holding on to emotional stress? And where am I holding on to it? I hold on to mine in my chest. You might be holding on to it
Mm,
in your chest too.
mm,
Uh, and then when should I be saying no? Because that's
yeah.
well for me as well. Like just to say no, I had to learn how to say no and be okay saying it and not
Yes.
feeling guilty
It's a
about it.
full sentence.
Yes. Yes. And then, for women that care for everyone else, holistic health, means recognizing that your nervous system, hormones, and energy, are deeply connected to how you live, right? And
Mhm.
not just what you eat. So you have to pay attention to
Yeah.
everything that you're doing, like I was saying, re examining your whole entire lifestyle.
Yes. I love that. Okay. So let's chat about herbal supplements a bit because you have entire an entire business surrounded around this. How do herbal supplements, how do they start to um just play alongside the lifestyle choices that we make when it comes to like really being intentional about which ones we take?
So I would say first, do some blood work and
Mhm.
see if you're where you're deficient at.
Mhm.
Because it could be a vitamin or mineral deficiency. You could have
Mhm.
some heavy metals in your system. So
Yeah.
doing that first. Also understanding that, herbs are important. And the reason why herbs are important is because they have not only some herbs have vitamins and minerals, but they also have phytochemicals. And phytochemicals
Mhm.
are important for fighting oxidative stress and free radicals
Yes.
because that's what causes disease. So having
Mhm.
some sort of herbs in your diet repertoire,
Mhm.
in your kitchen cabinet are, going to
Mhm.
be beneficial for you for longevity and vitality. So what I do a lot is I listen and I take the feedback from my clients and my customers to, what their main concerns are.
Mhm.
And I started this company during COVID. So then my main concern and a lot of people's main concern during COVID was, what can I take to help my body stay well or get well,
Yes.
after getting COVID. And so the first supplement was my sea moss and bladderwort combination, which gives you
Yeah.
102 vitamins and minerals because a lot of the reason why people
Wow.
get sick is because of vitamin and mineral deficiencies. So this
Mhm.
has 102 vitamins and minerals, so it's like it's basically covering it's like your plant-based multivitamin. And a lot of
Yeah.
my customers say, everyone else is sick in the office except for them.
Mhm.
I never got COVID. So, I mean, just understanding what your body needs, to stay
Mhm.
well, and also understanding that herbs are not a quick fix. Herbs take time to settle in your
Mhm.
body. We're so used to
Yes.
this
Yeah.
grabbing something and
Instant.
getting a quick fix. A lot of those
Mhm.
over the counter quick fixes are just masking symptoms.
Yeah.
They have additives, preservatives, red dyes, which are not good over time for longevity and vitality, for the body. So it's actually hurting our bodies when we're going to grab those over the counter things to try to help heal our body. We're just putting a band-aid on it.
Yeah.
So understanding that herbs take some time to settle in your systems,
Mhm.
but over time, it's going to help support your body in your healing process.
Yes. That's so important.
So yeah, that's how I came up with a lot of my supplements. Like I have a women's health formula because a lot of women struggle with PCOS symptoms, premenopausal,
Yes.
menopausal symptoms. So we have a great combination of herbs to help address, those symptoms. Also, heavy metals that are in the air right now, chemicals, just things that we're exposed to. Heavy metal detoxes, parasite cleanses, which a lot of people don't understand that if you've
What?
never done in other countries, parasite cleanses are very normal,
Mhm.
not in
Yeah.
the like, a lot
I've
of people.
never had one done.
Right. So, if you're
Yeah.
eating meat, even I'm
Mhm.
plant-based, you can get parasites from vegetables if you're not washing them properly.
Yes.
You need to do a parasite cleanse, but also
Mhm.
you can get tested if you're wary about doing a parasite cleanse, you can
Yeah.
get some blood tests to see if you have the parasites, but if you've never done one, it's highly likely that you do, and the symptoms that come out is fatigue, is bloating, could
Mm.
come out through your skin. Anything that's coming out, also an understanding of anything that comes out through your skin, that's your body screaming, "There's something
Oh,
going
yeah.
on inside my gut." So,
Yes. It's a
parasites.
signal.
Yes, signal. We have to pay attention to these
Yeah.
signals. So, that's why I created a lot of these. I have a gut revive formula to help revive
Mhm.
the gut in a gentle way. We have
Yes.
the heavy metal detox because we're exposed to so many toxins on a daily basis. They help bind to these heavy metals like mercury, aluminum, microplastics, all these things that we
Mhm.
are exposed to on a daily basis. So I kind of take, all the concerns that people have and the feedback, and that's
Yes.
how I come up with my formulations. Like I have a heart formula.
Yes.
It's very near and dear to me. I also have soursop, which is very high in antioxidants. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if you ever speak about any herbs or herbal remedies on your podcast, but herbs are great. Herbs are
Yes.
important to the body.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even just from this conversation, I'm already hearing like, okay, Ebony, because I do use a lot of herbs in my cooking.
Hmm.
But when you're sharing things about like sea moss and soursop, I guess for me, that's research for me that I need to do about like what those things are, what the benefits are. And I'm glad that, we were able to connect because now I'm like, okay, now I can reach out to you and say, hey, like, where do I start? And so I know a lot of women that are listening to this podcast, like me, they are caring for lots of people. And sometimes it feels like we can, as mothers, just put ourselves last. What would you say to the mom that's listening to this right now who she wants to feel better, but she doesn't know how to prioritize herself?
Well, first of all, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Because we have to be there.
Mhm.
So, you don't have to overhaul your entire life to start. Remember, I said start with
Mhm.
one day at a time. Dedicate that one day to yourself, and
Yes.
changing just one thing, right? So remember, it's 5 minutes of quiet. It's trying a new herbal supplement. It's choosing rest over guilt, right? Because when we as women honor ourselves, everything else improves, right?
Yes.
Your family doesn't need you to feel depleted, right? They need you to be
Mhm.
well. So we have to take those steps to allow that to happen. Give yourself that
Yes.
space. It's so very important because in the long run,
Mhm.
you and your whole family is going to benefit from that.
That's true. Oh, I mean, that was encouraging for me. I don't know about y'all listening, but I feel encouraged and inspired. So before we end today, I do want to leave our listeners just with a moment to land and allow them to take a breath with us. So we're gonna take a deep breath. And Keishla, if you could leave our listeners with one truth about health, aging, vitality, anything, what would that one thing be?
I would say that aging doesn't mean decline. It means refinement.
Mm,
And vitality is not about, trying to look younger. It's about feeling stronger. It's
mhm,
about thinking clearer. It's
yes.
about being more connected as you grow and remembering that your body is always communicating with you and it's never too
Mhm,
late to listen, right?
yeah.
When you support your body with intention, nature meets you halfway, right?
Mm.
Every single time.
100. Keisha, just thank you for coming on to the show, sharing your wisdom, your experience with us. I love how you reminded not only our listeners, but also me, that vitality is not something that's reserved just for a certain age. I shouldn't have to wait until I'm in my 40s to start intentionally thinking about that and making choices about that. It's really, we have to start building these things into our everyday choices. It's not a wait until something happens type of thing. So this conversation has just been a powerful reminder that it's not too late ever to choose yourself, to choose your health, and to listen to those signals, y'all, that your body is giving you daily, and to not only listen to them, but do something about those signals. Build a lifestyle that supports the life that you want to live and how you want to show up. Um, and so, Keisha, I want you to share a little bit about how people can connect with you, how they can gain your services, buy your products, everything, because right now, I mean, you are the resource. You have the tools and the products that we need to really live life fully. So please share with them.
So you can follow us on Instagram at 92plus health. And also our website is 92plushealth.com. We also have a chat feature on there that you can send us a chat or you can always DM me
Ooh,
on Instagram.
yes, I love that. Thank you, Keisha, again. And to every single mama listening today, I hope today's episode has encouraged you to take that one small step. Like she has said during this episode, start with one day. Start with one day and then build from there. Because from there, you're going to start feeling that energy that you've been looking for. You're going to start feeling more grounded and you're going to start feeling more alive in your body. So until next time, keep choosing yourself and keep thriving.
Thank you for having me.